Hello. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. I'm Gus.
I'm Blaine.
I'm Blizz.
And I'm Barbara.
Hello there. I'm Gus.
I'm not Blizz.
Welcome everyone in their costume. Blizz, why didn't you dress up?
All my costumes had piss on them.
Classic piss joke from Blizz.
Yeah.
He pisses everywhere.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's true.
No, he collects the piss.
Don't think that's right. Whose idea was that? Was that your idea?
It was Kayla's idea. I just helped send the email to the people at the company to make sure we could all dress up. So for those of you who don't know, who don't look at social media, we pulled a prank on Blizz today where our whole team came dressed up as Blizz, as well as some other people in the building, some people from Broadcast, Achievement Hunter, tried to get as many people in on the prank as possible. And we actually have like a little photo that we took of everyone. I don't know if we have it ready to go.
Maybe.
It turned out great.
There it is. Look at us. When my beard was fuller.
I want to point out that I think Barbara and I pulled off the not smiling with teeth smile that Blizz is wont to do, and then Kayla just has the perfect it's whatever that Blizz smile is.
I was just really excited.
Yeah.
This is also the one day that Blizz decided not to wear an orange beanie.
Yeah.
I know.
It was also Gus's first time in the tank top.
I think it was my first time ever wearing a tank top.
Yeah.
Someone pointed out you have muscles.
When you got guns like this, you can't be intimidated. I didn't want to make you feel bad, Blaine.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, it's true. You're doing it for our benefit,
Right,
not
yeah.
showing off them guns all the time.
Of course, exactly.
But it worked out really well. His reaction was so good. We filmed it, so hopefully we'll release that reaction someday. But he was he almost cried.
Yeah, because he came in and he saw me, but he only saw me first. He was like, "Oh, that's funny." And then as he slid the door more, it was just a room full of him.
At one point, after we did our little team photo and all that in the reveal, we messaged everybody else in the company who also gotten dressed as Blizz, and then they all came in and they just kept coming through the door. And it was
there were so many.
It was like the Avengers when the portals open up and there's just a billion Blizzes.
Yeah.
I think what I said was it made me think of Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
I called it the Blizz-iverse.
Yeah.
All the Blizz-iverse.
Larry went all out too. Larry got one of those fake tattoo sleeves and everything too.
So did
Man.
you.
Yeah, I put on a bunch of fake tattoos, but I think they're old, so they didn't develop all the way.
I did see one kind of developing.
Yeah,
It was like a tarot card.
Yeah, I had two. Yeah, but they didn't. I think they go bad apparently. So
Probably.
if you have a temporary tattoo, use it.
It's what's the brand again?
Inkbox.
Inkbox.
Because I've used these before and they look fucking sick.
Yeah.
But I think these are just old.
Speaking of tattoos, is yours still...
I got a new tattoo. It currently has, so I got it on Friday and it has the second skin on it, which for those of you who don't, this is my first time using second skin on a tattoo. It's like a very sticky adhesive that you leave on for usually 2 to 5 days. My tattoo artist said 4 days, but what it does is basically it helps it in the healing process and doesn't
Seals in
let
the
bacteria
flavor.
and debris get in.
Less scabbing.
But you're supposed to take off after 4 days for me, and it's only been 3. So it's just been kind of
Itchy.
it's thickened up too because the ink kind of spreads out as it's healing itself. And so it's a lot thicker and splotchier than it actually is. So when I take this off,
It's gonna look so sick.
When you
ready to
when
go.
you came in fresh with it, it was the lines were so
yeah,
perfect.
it was so crisp.
well, thank you. Yeah, it's a little fairy with some flowers around.
it looks cool as hell.
We did a video and Kayla got a tattoo for it. It was a peach on her arm, and I remember you had the little second skin thing, and it was just like a bubble of blood.
Yeah, I had a
blood,
blood bubble on mine. I think it's because the color.
Usually color, I think, does that. That's what my artist said because I even asked her, I was like, am I going to get those ink sac, blood ink sacs in there? And she's like, it's such a thin line and there's no color I use, it should be okay. But yeah, yours was jiggly wobbly.
After I got my surgery, they gave me something similar. They recommended these scar cover things basically, and you put them on, and it's supposed to help with the recovery of your scarring and stuff like that. But I stopped wearing them after a while because I was like, I kind of want to hold on to my scar. I don't know, is that weird that I wanted to keep the scar?
You think it's cool or something?
It's a reminder, certainly not to be a fucking idiot in the gym, but also it's kind of cool.
It's like an even more painful tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. This is the closest I'll get to a tattoo.
You don't think you'll ever get one?
I think I talked to you about this, but the only way that I think I'd get a tattoo is in the distant future that I don't want to think about. When Dutch, my dog, passes away, I'll probably get something to commemorate him, and that would be the only thing I can really think of. That's
very
of
sweet.
significance to me that I would deem worthy of tattooing.
It's also I know everyone's different and everyone gets tattoos for different reasons and stuff like that. They don't have to be significant. It could just be something you like or something that you think is cool looking.
Just look at Jeff.
Yeah, I only have other than the peach, they're all Friday the 13th tattoos.
Hell yeah.
Wow. You went all out with that costume.
Oh, that's so realistic.
My laser alloy laser sword.
Yeah, not the other thing.
It costs like $12, and you can change the color.
Whoa, he's evil. Oh, now he's good. Now he's kind of middle of the road. All right.
Is yellow middle of the
I
road?
like when you turn it off, it just kind of fades out.
Purple, technically, is middle of the road. It leans dark side, but Mace Windu is clearly not
Purple
evil.
is also a mix between red and blue.
Oh shit.
This is true. Yeah, practically speaking, but yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, Gus, wait. What Jedi are you for this costume? What is?
Amazon the cheap.
I thought you were gonna say Shido. What's the
So
It's got to be like Amazano or something.
Amazona?
I was thinking about this when I was thinking about putting this costume together. I started wondering, because in my head I started thinking about Jedi and the way that they look and the costumes they wear. And then I started wondering, because I was thinking about like the long robes that you see Jedis wear a lot. And I started wondering, like, do Jedi actually wear shoes? And I could picture in my head, yeah, I can picture like, yeah,
Little
boots.
Like
booties,
boots, right? Yeah.
Like,
But then in my head canon, it was like, oh, now I picture Jedi like walking around bare feet all the time.
oh,
Like,
gross.
yeah, like kind of like hippie dudes
Every-
talking about the Force.
Every chase scene would just be like,
Yeah.
while they're running, like just
Ew.
like, see, that's why you gotta wear boots.
Flapping against
Like
the...
Yoda didn't wear boots, right? Like Yoda's bare feet.
Yoda
he?
is bare feet.
Yeah, so it's
You
like
never see him,
all
though.
Jedi have bare feet to me now.
I think that's dependent on the race in Star Wars universe, whether or not you wear shoes.
Whether
or
you
not
wear
you wear
feet.
Whether
feet.
you wear feet.
I have my human
what is
feet on.
Yoda? His race?
Yoda is a unnamed race.
Okay, he's a Yoda.
Yeah, but they have Yaddle and Grogu are the other two.
Do you think they're going to end up like
Grogu.
Grogu's going to end up being a girl or something? Like they're going to try to like subvert your Yoda expectations even more?
And
I
the baby was a woman.
Why do you don't like that? Why don't you like that?
No. I don't know like what the point of that would be.
Wow.
I think the only thing that they
representation,
could
man.
do that would like really mix things up is if they like find other. They're gonna find his origins probably.
Or her origins?
They're gonna find Grogu's origins.
Grogu.
Well, like-
did they ever say they? I think they say he.
Ahsoka referred to him as a he, and Ahsoka was able to communicate with him via the Force.
Yeah, so I think it's already established that. Yeah,
And it's
Yeah.
and Baby Yoda's not a real baby, or
it's like,
he's like 30 something. I think
60, I
40.
thought.
Oh yeah,
50 or
yeah.
60.
He's like, I don't know.
all I know is
Chris.
he's adorable and I love him and we must be protected at all costs.
that's funny.
When's that show coming back?
February 22nd or 23rd, I think, is when they're launching season 3, and I think we're supposed to be getting a trailer on December 25th.
So it's officially season 3 of The Mandalorian, not a continuation of the Book of Boba Fett?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you mean?
Because the Book
yes
of
and
Boba
no.
Fett was not billed as The Mandalorian season 3.
No.
Right. So
Season 3 Mandalorian.
this is season 3 of Mandalorian.
Correct.
Even though the back half of Book of Boba Fett was all
Season 3 of Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Are you guys watching Andor?
Oh, absolutely.
I haven't watched it. I like now that it's all out, I want to binge it all at once.
It's
Is
probably
it all out? Okay, good.
it's probably the best
Yeah.
Star Wars. Like
Trevor and I are like
to date.
I think 4 or 5 episodes in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like it had like a slow start, or do you feel like it got right into it?
I
'Cause-
feel like they set up the tone properly because
Okay.
it's not like wow, action packed, blah blah blah. It's like a lot more like of a like there's like espionage and political drama and stuff like that. And I know that sounds boring,
No, I
but
like
it's
that.
like it's so intriguing, and they do this thing where the stakes are set properly. Like it's not like there's no dark side, light side. There's no like this could end the universe. It's just like an insurgents, and they're just trying to spit in the Empire's eye. It's also kind of fucked up because they're exploring the evil of the rebellion, where they're like, we need to do bad things to make the Empire even worse. And
Why?
then they're showing Imperial dudes who are like honorable. So it's totally flipping everything on its head.
Yeah, there's one of those Imperial dudes that reminds me of that kid that everyone had in their class that was just like, not to insult you
Yeah,
guys,
Gus.
but like, you didn't give us homework.
How did you know that was me?
Gus.
That was me.
No. That's the worst kid to be.
I know.
That's worse than the kid. That's worse than the kid that calls on the kid that's not good at reading every time you have to read out loud.
Did you guys do the
do
thing whenever you had to read out loud, you would count the paragraphs it would take to get to you?
Yes.
And you would like see the paragraph that you had to read?
Yep.
And not practice it, but just like read it over.
I was
Oh,
practicing it.
Yeah, I would never want to do a dry read. 'Cause
No.
could you imagine fucking that up in front of a class?
And then if one kid accidentally went too long on the other one, and then your paragraph got shifted to a different one, and you're like,
Yep.
yeah,
No
every
time.
time.
You're like you're reading his. You're reading his.
hold on,
Stop it.
wait.
Tyler
Stop.
just sent me a correction. I guess not all the episodes are out yet
Okay.
of Andor.
Oh, I think it's going to 12 episodes, is it
Yeah,
not?
until November 23rd. It's the last
Yeah.
one. Sorry. Don't mean to derail. I just wanted
Also,
to make sure I got it right.
Good to know.
They just did Tales of the Jedi, which was just like a kind of like mini season of the Clone Wars. It's all Dave Filoni, and it's like an exploration of Count Dooku and Ahsoka, and it is really very good. I liked it a lot.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Did you guys enjoy She-Hulk?
I don't have Disney Plus.
Mixed opinions.
A lot of Disney Plus shows we're talking about.
I watched
I'll
the
give you my
first
Caleb.
episode and I couldn't get into it, and I just never went back.
It's a show that gets better in the latter half, but it had some rough spots.
It's very much like over the top, cheesy, kind of cringy, but understands it's cringy. You know, it's hard to explain. It's like
always
a
fun.
fun little show.
I think Disney's doing something unique, and I feel weird about talking about it because someday I want to work on a Star Wars, and like I feel like they have like a shit list, and I don't want to end up on that shit list.
You want to have a Star Wars?
I want to have a Star Wars. I think they do something where if you criticize some of their content, it's not criticizing the content and the quality, it's criticizing the movement that the content represents. So it's hard to say, I didn't like She-Hulk, because it makes you sound like, because like in the show, they talk about dudes who make fun of She-Hulk, like in that world, as
Like on
their
Harley Quinn.
what?
Just like that Harley Quinn episode.
What do you mean?
Have you've seen the animated series, right?
Oh yeah.
There's like the episode where it's like it starts with the two dudes in the basement on the couch, and he's like, "Oh, I hate the Harley Quinn show. Everyone's so out of character." And they're like, and he's wearing like a Release the Snyder Cut shirt.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, let's watch this one." And it's like, "Oh, she's not even in it." And then at the end, he's like, "Okay, that was pretty good, but the rest are shit."
It's kind of like that, where they chalk you up to you're a neckbeard on the internet, and it's like, I don't know, it's weird. And now I sound like a neckbeard on the internet.
Not everything has to be free. That's why I watched it. The first episode, I was like, oh,
Well, I think as long as
100%.
like
I didn't get into it.
I think they're making fun of people like being like, oh, I don't like this because it's She-Hulk
Yeah.
and it's not the
Without
Hulk,
even seeing it.
you know, without even attempting to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the people they're more referring to rather than
Yeah.
Sure.
people who just watch it and are like, it's not for me.
Or just have the knee-jerk bad reaction.
Yeah,
without
exactly.
Even trying.
That's true.
I like how you did it, the knee jerk.
Yeah, the knee-jerk. Yeah, I
Physically
actually
for
did.
us.
I pictured Blaine making that face when I said Grogu might be a girl.
I did not. I wouldn't. I'm fine with that. I don't care.
Totally made a face.
Well, I was confused because I was like, what purpose would that serve? You know,
New show
like
coming Disney Plus, Lady Grogu.
Lady Yoda.
nah.
Lady Yoda.
She-Hulk in the end was I think pretty good, and I liked the inclusion of Daredevil, and I want to force feed my girlfriend creatine so she could get absolutely jacked like She-Hulk.
Dude,
that'd be
She-Hulk's
fun.
pretty cool looking.
She's pretty hot.
There's this girl on TikTok named Drew. I forget her last name. It's like Afuolo. Afulo.
Fualo?
Yes, she dressed up as She-Hulk for Halloween, and she looked incredible. She's like a big TikToker. Very funny.
I wonder
but
what lean beef patty dressed up as. Oh my
I think that's my favorite part of Halloween is seeing what everyone I know, like all their costumes, and seeing what like celebrities are dressing up as. It's just like really fun to.
Did you see that video of Diddy dressed up as the Joker?
Yo.
No.
Yes.
It's incredible.
He was in the beginning of the fight, and he like is wearing a really cool Heath Ledger Joker costume. But people remember he was like Pennywise that one year too, and it looks sick.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he went all, like, even the way he was talking, the way he spoke, and the mannerisms. Like,
Yeah,
he really went all out for that
I would
costume.
not expect that.
he loves Halloween apparently.
Yeah, I was like, that's not him. Then I was like, oh no, shit,
that's
it really is him.
I love watching celebrities celebrate Halloween because they have so much like fuck off money, so they
Yeah.
can pay for the elaborate shit. Like Paris Hilton did an awesome Sailor Moon adaptation. That's like it's kind of Sailor Moon, but like still cool though.
I saw the.
Her hair was like
I tried to understand what John was talking about earlier today about he was like Kim Kardashian and co did like deep cut X-Men characters, but people were mad because she did movie Mystique or something.
Oh, like it didn't go with the other costumes.
I guess kind of it was like
It's like
you and
movie
Trevor.
instead of comic or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
that reminds me. Okay, so we've been doing the Kanye updates, and I check in with you and Blizz on what's the
updates,
latest.
Yeah.
Okay, am I crazy? Did I dream this? Did Kanye for Kim's birthday hire a company to make a hologram of her dead dad, and it talked? Did I
That sounds
dream
familiar.
that?
That sounds familiar.
Did I dream that? Or is that some crazy rich people shit?
I don't remember that happening.
I do remember that.
I don't remember
also
that,
don't really-
but it sounds like something that happened.
Yeah, it sounds like that could have happened, but
I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, didn't it like it gave Kim his blessing about Kanye and how great Kanye was? And I was like, but Kanye wrote that. That's really fucked up that he would put words into a dead man's mouth.
That's crazy.
And then also,
It was 2020.
okay, and then I think he also did something where he made a joke referencing like a fart noise that they make, but like the script, the computer couldn't read it, so it like went the pfft noise. It was weird.
What the fuck? I hate that.
I want to watch that.
That's
again.
crazy. I want to watch that after this. That's crazy.
You didn't know that?
No.
Eh.
He's done so much. He made graduation. He made late registration.
My, how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah.
He made Black Skinhead.
Yeah.
And now he means it.
In chat, Peter H says it was for her 40th birthday.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Kim Kardashian's 40?
I was about
or
to
is
say
42 now?
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Holy shit.
40's the new 30.
I guess when you
looks
pay
almost
for a
as good
lot
as
of
me.
plastic surgery and
Natural beauty.
Yeah.
a lot of good skincare and treatments and stuff like that.
Yeah, her
then-
derma rolling's really good for you.
Have you
She's one of the Beyonce, Taylor Swift, and Kim Kardashian are celebrities that I don't ever know their age, and then every time I hear it, I'm like, no.
How old's Taylor Swift? Oh, no.
35?
No, she was born in 89, right?
34? Yeah.
So she's 33.
33, yeah. But like I saw that the other day and I was like, no, she's like my age. Even though like she's been older than me my whole life. But I'm like, no, we're the same age. We're the same age.
No, that's what you keep thinking. Then eventually you get on the other side of that.
Yeah.
And then it's like you get further and further away. Like, oh no.
Oh no.
It bums me out seeing the celebrities that we aged with.
Yeah.
Like you remember someone who played a kid in a movie that you watched when you were a kid, and then now they're like, for some reason, like 45 years old.
They seem a lot older.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Who's
Wait,
old?
wait till you get to my age, and then like every adult actor you grew up watching is dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like
Jesus.
every year on the Oscars in memoriam, I'm like, oh shit! Like you're young, you're like, I don't know who any of these people
Yeah.
are. Then you
I
reach an
mean,
age where you're like,
fuck.
It's already started
I know all of these
happening.
people.
Maybe that's why it's so much like it's so eventful whenever a celebrity dies and everybody like makes a big thing. It's because social media now and it's
Yeah.
like our generation commenting on it.
We don't have to wait till the Oscars.
Yeah, it's just like live, like fuck, this
Yeah.
person
Have
died.
you guys watched, speaking of like celebrities that are now older, did you watch Hocus Pocus 2?
No. Is it good?
Trevor and I watched it. It's like it knows what it is. It's like
Okay.
a fun, like very referential of Hocus Pocus, the first one. Very goofy, very like fun kids movie kind of situation. But like those three women
Yeah.
who play the three witches are like still
Still got it?
they look good.
Two of them didn't age. I think they did Sarah Jessica Parker dirty with the makeup.
Okay.
She's very heavy on the makeup. yeah.
I saw this post that was like most of her shots were like a body double, and that's probably why
Really?
she didn't remember the first movie. Because they were like, if you look at a lot of the shots where she's just like on the side, they're like, that's a body double, like fully.
In the first movie?
Yeah, in the first
Why
movie.
did they use a body double for? Interesting.
And
Afford
then
her. She was hanging out with Matthew Broderick.
yeah, also me and Blaine like a couple weeks ago, we were talking about like older women that still got it.
Oh yeah.
Was I on that list?
You're not
No,
old.
you're not old
Stop
enough.
That. Stop
You're not
that.
old enough,
Put that
Barb.
face down.
My number one was Jane Fonda, obviously.
My number one is, I think, a tie between Sigourney Weaver
Sigourney
and
Weaver.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Sigourney
Yeah.
Weaver, 100%.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Jamie, oof. But and then that conversation led me to watch Barbarella, and I fucking love Barbarella. It's one of my favorite movies. It's so good, and they're remaking it. And I'm trying to not be a neckbeard on the internet about it, but I'm just like, not everything needs to be remade, especially not with Sydney Sweeney. Anyway,
Oh, it's Sydney Sweeney playing her?
yeah. Which I'm sorry,
Interesting.
but like Jane Fonda.
You can't
30
compare.
was 30 at just and
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't have this 24-year-old play what 30-year-old come
You
on.
need a woman.
Barbarella the woman.
Zendaya also
woman.
already did the photo shoot with the costume. Just like make that into a movie.
Which one was it? She has
did-
a lot of costumes.
She did a photo shoot and she had a lot of the Barbarella costumes.
But anyway, the real point of that story wasn't horny. It was that when I was watching it,
False.
I was like, oh, every I was watching it, I was like, this is Star Wars. and my girlfriend was
Barbarella?
like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "This is Star Wars. You got this like Luke is just like this like dumb twink who's just like doesn't know nothing about nothing, but then he goes out in the world. You got Barbarella. She's just some hot broad, doesn't know nothing about nothing. She's from Earth. They send her into space. She crash lands on this planet, finds this dude who's like, if you took Han Solo and put him inside Chewbacca's body, that's basically the character because he's got
the fursuit.
He's like, because he's a hunter, so he's wearing this like full brown long fursuit
Yeah,
thingy,
dude.
but he's like a suave bounty hunter. And I was like, this is Star Wars.
Oh my God.
It's
Parallels.
crazy.
Can I copy your homework? Yeah, just change it a little bit.
No, that's literally what it is. And I was like, and then we looked up the dates, and it came out like maybe 4 or 5 years. It came out before Star Wars by
really?
a good while. And I was like,
Star Wars copied Barbarella.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh my God, did George Lucas like watch this? And he was like, now hold on. Space Odyssey.
Wait, when did it come out, Barbarella's again?
S-
It's
I want,
Barbarella's.
that's the bar. 68?
Okay,
68,
yeah,
yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, someone in chat said Selma Hayek. Also.
So, God, she's
Also
got it.
excellent
yes,
choice.
excellent.
Let us know what other ones.
Yeah.
give us
Who's your favorite MILF?
Susan Sarandon. Good one.
Yo!
Very good
the
one.
Rocky Horror Picture Show was on a party I was at the other day.
Some people say Winona Ryder. I think she's
not old, is
She's not old.
She's in her 50s, I would say.
She never lost
We're
it.
talking older.
I was going to say, like, she doesn't.
She's 51.
Yeah, I think the cutoff is like 60s.
Yeah, we were talking
Okay.
like
Okay.
Like Social Security eligible?
yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
That's even hotter.
Yeah, I want to see her in an AARP commercial.
What was Devil Wears Prada?
Meryl Streep.
Meryl
Ooh,
Streep
still got
dude,
it. Yeah,
100%.
absolutely
For sure. I saw a photo on Instagram of Meryl Streep when she was like in her early 20s and one of her like now at 76 or whatever. And I'm like, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like never changing. Like obviously
Yeah.
she looks older because she's 50 years older in this
Right.
photo.
Yeah.
But like,
Man,
Still a baby.
this is
Chef's
the
kiss.
only instance of objectifying women that I agree with.
Yeah, I feel weird about it, but since
no.
Kayla was there, I felt okay.
Oh yeah, no, it was definitely a bro moment, but
it's an appreciation.
it's an appreciation.
It's like a wine tasting.
Yeah, because I feel like people are like, when a woman hits they're like, oh yeah, when a woman expires, and I'm like, first of all, a woman never expires. Second of all, they're like, oh, she's like 35, and I'm like, yeah, she's just getting started. What are you talking about?
I made a joke the other day that like I'm 33 now, and I'm like, I got 2 more years before like my because I'm a woman on the internet. What's my internet age? It's like dog years, but
Yeah.
for like, on the internet.
Dude, that's like I think there was like a Amy Schumer show sketch about that. It was like your last fuckable year or something. Like she was like 39 turning 40, and there's like a bunch of like female comedians like ushering her into like old age.
That's
so
so
it was like
funny.
Rachel Dratch and Tina Fey and Amy Poehler just being like, it's just like she had died and gone to heaven. They're like, this was your last fuckable year, and now
You're done.
you're 40.
Well, after 35, if you get pregnant, it's called a geriatric pregnancy.
That's insane.
Yeah, my sister had one of those, and they were like,
Yeah.
they said that, and she's like, what the fuck? Like,
That's
chill, dude.
crazy. Well, I mean,
Let's all be calm.
geriatric. Let's be.
you feel like we would have evolved past that, because I guess like if we were only living to be like 40 for a while,
Yeah.
then it's like your eggs just like die faster. But I'm just like, we haven't fixed it yet. Also, 35, you just getting started.
I think
like,
the way you fix it now is
Right.
just like you freeze.
freeze them?
Yeah. Just,
That's
like, save 'em
crazy.
for later.
Like I don't think I want kids, but like I definitely don't want kids in the next 2 years.
No.
And like
how about when you're geriatric?
Yeah.
when I'm geriatric,
Like 40.
Let's see. I honestly like that's.
35.
I've always felt that way of like I would want to have kids way later in life,
Yeah.
like 50,
Yeah.
when it's like you had the best amount of your years.
Yeah.
Like
You-
financially,
you did
you're
all your fun
stable.
stuff.
Yeah, but it's also just like when you're young and you want to travel and you want to like socialize and all, and you have a kid. Obviously, it makes it
Yeah.
way more challenging. And so I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like
That's
that's
crazy.
when I would want.
Yeah, the problem is once you reach that age,
could
like, let's say
adopt, I
you're
guess.
50,
Yeah.
by the time they graduate high school, you're 68.
Yeah, that's the only bummer.
That's the problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
Or a tough part of it.
Well, that being
I'll
said,
just adopt
though,
an older kid.
Yeah,
feel-
that's what I would do.
like people are like old people aren't old anymore.
No.
Because like I think back to my grandparents when I knew them before they all died, and they were like in their 60s, early 70s, and they were like the traditional idea of what you think of when you see an old person, like hiked up pants,
Yeah.
old shitty clothes, like all that stuff, not active lifestyles. But like my parents are that age, and they're getting around the same that they were, if not better,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
their 40s.
It's what like I went to go get lunch with Kai a little while ago. Lunch, it was 3:30. And we passed
early dinner.
Yeah, I saw these like two kids and they were playing on the sidewalk, and I saw a woman with a phone. And I was like, oh, that's got to be their mom. And we get closer, and it's like it's an old like a grandma. Like she's got like curly hair, but she was wearing like baggy camo cargo pants and
hell
like this
yeah.
really cool top. And I was like, hell yeah.
Sigourney Weaver.
And that's, I feel like
she was Weaver in it.
everyone should dress how they want to dress forever.
Yeah.
I see. I've gotten comments of just like you're dressing too young, and I'm like, fuck you. I want this. Is what I want to wear.
This is so
I want to
stupid.
wear Scarlet Witch.
That's yes.
Right, John?
Jorts his life.
Jorts
you
his
know?
life.
I don't think I'm ever going to switch out of jorts. And also, like, the introduction of, like, fitted pants.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back to baggy. I don't care if the trends change. I like...
Wear what you want to wear.
Yeah. Also, you're gonna be one of those like uncomfortably ripped old guys.
I look forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Uncomfortably
want to be like one of the Bowflex granddads.
Yeah, that's gonna be you. No, Blaine, that's what I see for you.
Yeah.
With like the super like all white hair.
Oh,
and,
so
like,
white, jet white, just dark.
It's weird seeing, like, old man strength take form. I know I'm, like, only in my early 30s. But, like...
Geriatric.
It's a completely different strength than when I was in my teens and 20s.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
But people always talk about like, oh yeah, when you're like when a dude is like 16 to 18, they're like, yeah, that's like the peak time when you're like the most strong and whatever.
Bullshit. No, I was weak as hell.
Yeah?
I could current me could kick like 5 old versions of myself.
Let's
in the
invent time
ass.
travel just for that.
Just so you can
Yeah,
beat your own
Fight
ass.
like the
yeah.
younger version
Beating
of
the
yourself.
shit out of them. It always reminds me of Dexter's Lab. There was a movie where he time traveled, or there was time traveling elements. He met like the older version of himself in his teenage years, and he was like skinny and shitty and nerdy.
Yeah.
And then the next version was like this ripped 30-something-year-old, like,
Yeah.
and he had like the Arnold Schwarzenegger German accent.
Nice.
And I was always like, I hope that that's my progression.
You're well on your way.
I'd be happy if anyone I know turns out to be like what's his name? Chris
Hemsworth?
No.
Pratt. Pine.
Why can't I remember his name? Chris Evans.
Evans.
Chris Evans in Endgame when he comes back as old.
Is he still ripped?
I mean, it's just
had a
him,
beard.
but like handsome old man.
Yeah.
Makes a handsome guy.
Oh,
old
that,
man.
yeah, like when he was Joe Biden, basically.
Yeah, when he was yassified Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Very true.
Do you want to tell me about her? No, I don't think I will.
I don't think I will.
Yeah. They'll bring his ass back for another movie.
Literally his ass.
Yeah.
There's like a whole slew of new Marvel movies coming out in the next few years.
So much Marvel content.
So much Marvel.
It's kind of
Is
overwhelming.
anybody else playing that Marvel Snap mobile game, or is it
No,
just
I'm
me?
playing DC Clap.
I'm playing Marvel Snap. I know that.
Don't ruin my joke. You ruined my joke.
DC what?
DC Clap.
DC
I'm just kidding. But
That
no,
takes 2 hands.
I've heard a lot about Marvel Snap. I don't know what it is. I know it's a game.
Just a mobile card game.
Okay.
You like?
Is
It's all Marvel characters.
oh, okay. Is it?
I have
Scarlet Witch?
I have I have 2 Scarlet Witches.
I felt like when like a new Super Smash comes out and everyone's talking like who their main is and stuff like that. Like I walked into that conversation with John and Gus today, and I felt very happy that they found something that they're really into. I felt so left out and sad. that I
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
into it.
I have not played that.
It's too late for me. Like I can't
No,
pick it up.
everyone's
Why
mad.
not?
It's just like everyone's like so far into it,
No.
and I feel like I'd be like
Not
such
at
a
all. It just
latecomer.
came out like last week.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
very
need
new.
more reasons to be on my phone.
This like okay, it's just fun. That's all I'm saying. It's,
Yeah.
I know. I think Tim Geddes has been playing it a lot, and I think his Halloween costume.
His
I think
Halloween
he was
costume-
Cyclops from Marvel Snap. Like he was
Yeah,
one
he
of the
had the
cards.
overlay.
Oh, I love
That's the
that.
best version of Cyclops.
That's so
very
good.
good.
Blue
That's
and
so
yellow
good.
90s shit.
Trevor dressed up as the comic book version of Vision, like
Shitty
the-
villain.
It was
Vision.
very funny.
But we have like a running gag, and by running I mean it's the last 2 years of like me dressing in a costume that's like pretty good, like looks fairly accurate,
Yeah.
and him being like the shitty version of like the partner to
Yeah.
that.
I love that.
So we did like Harley Quinn, and he was Batman last year, but it was the Batman kind of costume that had like the fake muscles on
you
it.
like tie it in the back on the
tie
neck.
it, and then has like little like weird flimsy like fabric masks. It's very funny.
It just immediately makes me think of like locking your jaw out and going, "Where is she?"
he did that a lot.
It's like the shitty voice.
He tried it on at home last year, and he was running around the house going, "I'm Batman."
Did he do
Oh,
the?
there's Tim.
Oh, that's
See,
so
a,
good.
That's a good. His
That's
eyes look
really
a little wonky,
good.
but otherwise pretty fucking
It's
rad.
really good.
Kristen and I, we decided to do The Incredibles, but like Elastigirl and OG Mr. Incredible.
Nice.
She's still working on my costume right now. We're trying to go to a party tonight.
The party is in 2 hours.
Yeah, I think it should be dry by the time. So I sewed the top. I sewed a blue piece of fabric and a black piece of fabric together to make the top, and then I sewed boxer shorts into underwear. And I'm really like, do you know how hard it is to sew spandex, Caleb?
No, I do know how hard. I used
I've
to be a
watched Project
cosplayer.
Runway. It's very hard.
It's fucking hard.
I had to
man.
make my own undersuit for a Voltron cosplay once, and that was the bane of my
Oh my
existence.
god.
I will never do that again.
Do you
I
have
will
a
just
photo
buy
of
this
it?
anti-suit. I have one photo of it. I've
After
been
all that.
allergic to cameras my whole life. So I have like I built a full, oh my god. I built a full Iron Man from Iron Man 2, I think.
Is it his suitcase one?
Mark 3 or 4. I don't remember. Either 3 or the 4. Out of foam. 1 year for a cosplay. I did Voltron. I was Lance, but it was in the armor. So that was really cool. One time I made a true to scale clear Rose's shield. From Steven Universe.
Yeah.
I've done Young Justice Robin. I did a fan Spider-Man drawing. There's one picture of it on the internet, and I did the entire costume.
Oh my god.
I did Fang from Final Fantasy. I have no pictures.
That's
I
huge
have
bummer.
one picture of when I was Kakuzu from Naruto, and that's it.
Now,
Kayla's one of those friends where you just keep discovering how many skills she has
Yeah.
every day
Yeah.
you know them, and it's just like, oh, you fucking could sew and make cosplay, and then oh, you know how to build props and all
Yeah.
this stuff. It's like, damn.
Oh yeah, I was a foam smith. I had learned like 3D modeling because it's this thing called Pepakura, and you take a 3D model and then it unfolds it into 2D, and then you print that out on cardstock and you cut it up and fold it all the
Genius.
tabs.
Marcus did something like that for a
Yeah.
big skull that we did for Two Spooky.
Yeah.
years ago.
So like I did the armor like half that, half foam. I did a Loki, like the Loki horn thing for my friend, and the scepter like that one time.
Nice.
Anyway, yeah, I stayed in the garage. Yeah.
How
I spent summers in the garage in the basement.
give me and there's no pictures of the Iron Man thing. How would you
have
actually rate it? Like if you were to see it at a Comic-Con, what would you give it?
For comfortability, 0. I wore it.
Aesthetics.
I wore it one day. Not comfy at all. It was heavy. It was sweaty. It was AWA, so it was like October in Georgia, which isn't cold yet.
Right.
But the helmet I was really proud of. I've got a slidey phone. I didn't have a smartphone when I was doing
Was
most
it like
of these.
the
I was in high school.
the one where the keyboard kind of
Yeah,
slides?
yeah, yeah.
Like the
Sidekick?
Sidekick?
It wasn't a sidekick. It was a
It was like a motor. It was like the LG
It was the
chocolate or
Samsung
something.
one. It was the Samsung one, so
Oh.
it opened vertically instead of horizontally.
Oh, gotcha.
And I know it's on that phone, and it's in a drawer at my parents' house.
Oh, the photo.
Yeah, so it's on that phone. If I can find a charger, I could probably get it.
Yes, we must see that
But
by next Halloween.
What's
Yeah.
it like? One of these little bad boys?
but thicker.
Thicker.
Yeah, but it did open that way, and then
I miss those phones.
and then like went for school stuff. I would go too hard on character day, so I did full gray face for a Marceline costume, and I turned my ukulele into her like bass axe thing.
Oh, nice.
And I made a whole Dark Link cosplay once. That was really cool. I made the whole shield everything out of foam. I have decimated so many puzzle foam mats in my life. Just absolutely obliterated them.
Amazing.
I did Three Musketeers on book day, and I had like the little whatever they had tunic and then the sword and all that shit. But I
stuff.
hit a kid so hard that they sent me to the principal's office with the sword because he was like doing gross shit on the playgrounds, and then they stopped doing character day after that.
You changed the culture.
Sorry, Anderson Elementary.
Your
Do you
impact.
guys dress up a lot for Halloween at your schools?
Yeah.
For Halloween, yes.
this
For
one?
schools, not necessarily. Oh, that's like the
was-
sliver.
It was white
The razor.
and like red metallic.
I like how Gus is still trying to just find the phone.
Well,
Kayla
because
was-
that cat is in on it.
Yeah.
They keep they're
It
sending
was
you a bunch
it was
of
white
different
and red metallic. And fun fact, so I had my own phone. It was a shitty flip phone, and one day it died. So I put my SIM card in my friend's phone so I could call my mom or something. I don't know why I put my SIM card in their phone. Either way,
You
I
might
did
have had
that.
contacts on the sim.
Maybe, but either way, I put my SIM card in my friend's phone, and then when they sent me the new phone, they sent me what my friend had instead of my shitty phone as the replacement.
Weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it like
what?
registered in the
Yeah,
system?
because I had like phone insurance. So if something happens to the phone, they'll replace it for like, it's either they replace it for free or you just keep paying on it like what you
Yeah.
owed already.
Yeah.
So you've been doing shop hacks since childhood.
Yeah. So they sent me the same phone that my friend had instead of like the shitty one that I had.
Yeah.
But I still didn't have a smartphone until college.
Wow.
So,
Remember when everyone dunked on you for buying the off-brand Yeezys?
yeah.
Who's the fucking idiots now?
Who's
laughing now?
I
That's
paid factory direct. Me and Lee, baby.
Hey.
He's the
and
best.
Lee.
Me and Lee. I don't know if they put fake names in there because I'm pretty sure that he had his name in there as Rock Lee, like the character from Naruto. But that's the only name that showed up for him as my agent. So I don't know anything else to call him by.
I see Blizz over there.
Oh,
He's
And I
right
didn't.
here.
Yeah,
I
he's
almost
sitting
didn't
in the
recognize him
shadows.
because he wasn't wearing his orange beanie.
yeah.
Hi, Blizz.
Yeah,
He was in chat like crazy.
Yeah?
I guess he finally left chat.
finally left
He's over
chat.
here in person.
can't see shit with these glasses on.
Man, did y'all see that? Not sorry to be a bit of a bummer, but did you see that thing that happened in South Korea the other day? Oh, we never got
Oh,
Blizz.
yes. I want to get back
Hi.
to that.
Hello.
What's going on?
Okay.
Here, come in.
Hey, Blizz.
I'm gonna.
Do you want to sit on this thing right here?
I think right here.
Okay.
For it. Hi. I have a couple of notes for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Not enough piss?
You're not talking a lot about piss right now, and I need you to talk more about piss.
Okay.
If you're doing this, I'm forgetting everything else that you need to know. What do you know about streaming?
Stream Deck is good. OBS.
Okay.
Slob's bad.
Have you ever? Because I've done.
Do you want me
this.
to deep throat this?
Have you ever deep throat a microphone?
How do I take this off?
Please don't.
These are fat microphones, dude.
Look, I've
That would be
done
impressive.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Look, Barb.
Blizz
It'd be
has
like
done
that,
it.
I've
those
done- I've
hamsters
done
you
it.
see.
this one in particular. It is
I could.
girthy.
This wouldn't stop me.
That wouldn't stop him. I've seen it.
You need more piss, more deep throat,
Yes.
more whiteboard.
More
into
whiteboard.
there.
Liz,
Yeah.
what did you think today when you walked into our office and saw all of us dressed as you?
Yeah.
So my mind was like on a V8 energy, and then I almost fell back.
Wait, V8 energy like
Yeah.
the tomato
V8,
juice?
Yeah,
V8
he was
energy. That's
drinking
what I
one.
drank.
They have energy drinks for tomato juice?
Yeah.
I think they're fruity. Though,
Cameron's
right?
flashing us his piss
Oh,
shirt.
his piss shirt.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm very confused.
But I walked in and I was like, I saw Cameron first, and I was like, it's Cameron dressed up as me. That's so funny.
Yeah.
And then I walked into the full office. I was like, everyone dressed up as me, and I
Yeah.
don't know how to process anything going on right now. And then more people were dressed up as me, and I was like, okay.
I think my favorite was Josie because she did like the video,
The whiteboard video.
yeah. And also she had the piss shirt, so I think hers was my favorite one overall.
It was
I had
so
excellent.
good.
I had to tune out because I saw when Blizz did that, I had to tune out. I was like, I can't handle this kind of content. It's so,
Well, a question for you then. Who do you think did the best job?
That's a good. I gotta say, Kayla.
yeah. I think
Kayla
Even though
had it.
my beard has come off like
Yeah.
throughout the day,
I
it
would say
was so.
Kayla.
It was.
She got the
weird.
red necklace. She got the shirt.
I did. The,
Yeah.
She did the
I did the
facial hair.
tattoos.
I think Blaine was also good. Barb,
I had the Jaws shirt. I got the windbreaker.
you did.
That was
That's-
impeccable.
That was a fit that I probably might wear
Yeah.
tomorrow. I don't know.
I was gonna say it looked good.
It looked good.
I honestly,
love
I
Jaws
put it on
shirts.
this morning and I went, "This is a fit."
Yeah.
Blizz is onto something.
Yeah.
You looked really good, and I was like, okay, Barb, all right, you killed that outfit. I think everyone did a good job
Yeah.
except John.
I like
don't know.
naming everybody. Like John was Blaz, Blaze,
Blarbs.
Blayla.
Blaylas. Blars.
Blarb.
I'm sad that
Blaz.
Chris was there because he could have been
Blizz.
Blurris.
I would love to see Chris dress up as
Blurris.
Blizz.
I know.
We should tell him we're
should
doing
do
it
that.
again.
should
Yeah,
do
we
it,
should do it, and then no one else does
Only
it.
he should.
I gotta be honest. I was half convinced I was gonna be the only one who showed up today.
Oh, me too. I
I was
had
like,
a
nobody
nightmare
else
about
has
it.
talked about this or
Yeah.
replied to any
Well,
emails.
it's really tough to coordinate something like this when Blizz is essentially in all
Right.
the
All the
groups, all the
Slags.
Slack groups that we're in. And so we had to like private message each other. We had to send an email out to people, but not include you
I wasn't
on
in
it.
the email.
No,
Of course
Yeah.
not.
Wait, I need to see that email because I know
It was like
it's-
BCC everyone minus Blizz.
Also, do you know how hard it is to acquire a normal chain that's not like 8 pounds? Like I pulled one off of
From
my weight
Etsy.
equipment
Yeah,
and
I
I had it connected with a carabiner in the back of my neck.
Just get it from Etsy.
Yeah, I
did the
got
same thing.
everything.
John was
from
wearing
Etsy.
like a chain link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's chains were like 8 pounds.
They were
I was like,
heavy.
Oh my god.
They were heavy.
Michael Lindblad had like probably 20 feet of chain.
Yeah.
He was hiding it in his back.
Yeah.
It was so. It was like it was like, oh cool, and then you just see him pulling it like a magician, just pulling ribbons out. It was like, when is it
Yeah.
gonna end?
It was the
I would-
Trap day.
I would be remiss if I don't make this joke. I'm seeing double. For Blizz.
This is the one day I came in with no orange beanie.
When I tell the rage
Everyone.
that we as a collective, I was like, oh, this is how a mob starts.
Yeah. I kept trying to put the orange beanie on you for the photo. I'm like, you have to wear it.
I've literally never seen you with a hat with a brim on it, and the fact that you wore this on today of all, I was
all
expecting you to
days.
come in like your Green Lantern costume
Yeah.
or the Spider-Man or costume, but no, you just rolled in looking like you're about to drop the hottest country album
I
of
did look like a
2023.
country artist,
Yeah.
and I walked in asking that question, but I wanted to try something new, and I was like, oh, I'll wear a brim hat to
Oh
the
my
office because
God.
I haven't done it in a while. So
I'm sick of you.
And then today of all days.
yeah.
It worked out great though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, hopefully, I think we're going to put together a little video with your reaction, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just wish we did that thing. Did you ever see the Vin Diesel video where all the dudes are dressed as Vin Diesel and they kept just going family, family,
Bam.
family? We should have done that,
What
but
would you
like
say?
Piss.
Piss.
all of us
piss.
did it.
Yeah.
We didn't even have to
Yeah,
cue it up.
it was immediate.
We have a video that we're going to put out too, where it's that audio on TikTok that's like, and I look at him, and he looks at me.
Oh,
That's what we were doing. Okay.
Yeah, I filmed
I was
everybody
wondering.
looking back at Blizz.
That's funny.
We should do so. We're streaming here and there, but we should do a piss alert where we all just say piss, piss, piss,
Piss. Yeah.
yeah. For
We'll put it on
do
the
later,
Stream
yeah.
Deck. I
Put it
learned
on the
about that
We're
today.
getting, look, stream.
We're learning
Stream
about
Deck.
stramming.
Yeah,
Stream.
we could probably tease a little bit, but Squad Team Force, which is basically
Us.
all of us
Oh,
and
yeah.
John and Chris.
Yeah.
We're gonna be streaming on hopefully YouTube, which
Yeah.
is the Squad Team Force YouTube channel, more often, probably at least 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Board games, video games, Lego building, crafting, like all sorts of stuff, variety.
and chatting.
And chatting.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Me and Blizz are gonna do you're gonna want to see it.
Yeah, you're gonna want to. It's a
that
lot
the-
of talk. You're gonna want to be there.
You're gonna
'cause
wanna-
You're gonna
the
have
Tuesday
inputs
show?
as well.
yeah,
Yeah,
the Tuesday show. You're gonna want to clip
you guys
it.
don't want to be on the ground floor of this.
Y'all,
It's
y'all
gonna
might want to
blow
be
up.
involved. Y'all might want to say something.
He's gonna. We're gonna open up and we're gonna both deep throat mics. So that's
Please,
That's,
no,
that's what
no.
Tuesday show.
yeah. That's what
Oh.
the Tuesday stream is. No, we're gonna deep
Stop.
throat the mics.
It's gonna be really fun.
It's gonna be good.
It's a great time. Okay,
We-
I'm gonna go home.
What
didn't
are
mean to
you
hold your
doing?
hand.
What are you doing?
Oh my God, we're holding hands
Oh,
now.
wow, let's go.
Okay.
Ally,
You are
ally, ally.
Piss.
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 Bye,
Bye,
Bliss.
Bye.
Like a pro walking behind the camera.
I know.
I mean, I won't say any spoilers for Survival Block Island, but I've been watching it with my girlfriend and just seeing all the shit, the shady shit that Blizz did while saying he was my ally. Sorry, you're already off. You're already gone. Sorry.
Oh,
Just like
listen,
the
you got to play
fucking
the
worst.
game. I understand. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, that show's still on. I think there's 2 episodes left, and it's amazing.
I think did episode 8 just come out? Because if so, I think there's
7,
1.
I think.
Okay, so there's 2.
Yeah, they have one more elimination, and then they're doing the final group.
Okay.
Or was it 8 that came out?
If 8 just came out, then there's 1 left. Because I remember with season 1, there was 4 people going into the last episode.
Uh-huh.
1 vote, and there's the final 3 that the
All in the
jury
same
votes on.
episode? Damn.
8 just came out.
So yeah,
So we only have 1 left?
finales next week, I
Oh,
guess.
fuck. All right.
Of Survive Block Island Meltdown.
I don't know what I'll watch every
It is
Friday then.
so good. You guys are very entertaining.
It's just like really good TV just kind of naturally happens, and like I don't know. Again, I don't want to get into spoilers, but in the beginning it was a very by the numbers kind of season, and then just shit just started popping off midway.
I didn't think there was any way you could top our season 1, but yeah, season 2.
You still can't.
Season 2 really delivered.
Right.
Season 1's awesome though. Like yeah, it's really good. Real good content.
Yeah.
Hate calling it content. But
Quality.
it is good quality content.
Speaking of quality content,
Yes.
this is not a segue or something they told us to do. I'm genuinely excited for Trucked Up to come out. I'm so ready.
Dude, I cannot wait.
It's
It's
gonna
in a couple of weeks, right?
yeah. It's,
November 17th is the
That's
premiere
so soon.
of a new show that we did. In case you missed the announcement, I think we posted like a trailer on Twitter.
It was last
Yeah.
week. Yeah.
yeah.
It's a new show. It's FaceJam
Yeah.
is doing a show called FaceJam's Trucked Up. Yes, there's a lot of jokes about
Hey,
the title.
Get forked.
Get forked.
It's good and bad.
It's a fun competition show, and Kayla and I are both in it.
Yeah, and that's all we'll say.
Well, some other people I think have talked about being in it, like Fiona's in it.
Yeah,
We had kind of talked around it
Yeah.
a
Trailer
couple of
didn't
weeks
come out,
ago
I
before
think.
before it was like officially announced. Like the chicken, yum.
Yeah. So
Yum.
Chris is in it as well as Pasta Pete.
I'm
Pasta
happy,
Pete.
and I'm not shitting on any of our content because I think we make awesome stuff, especially like all of our competition-based shows that include all of the multiple parties,
Camp
Achievement Hunter and
Betrayal.
Funhouse and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm glad that on this one they're not doing any sort of elimination thing.
That's what
So-
I loved about it, because
Yeah.
it kind of takes the stress out, because
Yeah.
I feel like it gets really like anxiety inducing when it's like you're gonna get eliminated.
Yeah.
But
You could go home.
So on this
Yeah.
one, there's no eliminations. There is a
there's
winner.
stakes though, and stakes.
Yes. We don't cook steaks. Or do we?
Who's to
I don't
say?
remember.
No, I don't think so.
But yeah, no, it's very fun.
Yeah.
Every episode is a treat.
It's a treat and a half, I'd say.
Fast
Kayla
food
kept
treat.
saying yes, chef, for the following week.
Yes,
after
chef, right away,
filming.
chef. Oh,
chef.
yeah. And the funny thing is, I didn't say it on camera. It was only behind the camera when I was saying off camera. We were all going, "Yes, chef, right
Yes,
away,
chef."
chef."
I want,
Thank you, chef.
The best part of that whole show is the sauce monkey in a little chef's hat.
Yeah.
It was like the monkey hat from FaceJam, like the
Yeah.
mask. And it just had like a little chef's hat that was sewed into it, and it was just like he would be
mean,
like
yeah.
emoting and like talking or like pretending to talk or do things, and the little hat would just, be like,
flopping around.
Yeah, and then the very funny part of him eating through the mask, of just head down, and you just see
Nightmare,
human mouth.
nightmare fuel.
human mouth and chin, and then just the monkey head going.
Also, Nick or Sauce Monkey just not saying anything
It's so
ever
funny.
Yeah.
is the fucking best.
Sauce Monkey plays a very important role.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
On this show.
The sauce monkey is the most important
The
person
most
on the show.
it was.
He's here.
That's the Sauce
Oh,
Monkey.
is that a monkey?
Yeah.
I thought that was a bird.
No, we invoked the monkey, and he
You
came
say
to
monkey
us.
3 times and he shows up.
Monkey, monkey,
Sauce monkey.
Yeah, so that premieres November 17th.
Yeah, I am excited about it.
Yes.
That,
Real soon.
oh, I'm so excited.
Fuck, it's already winter though.
Yeah.
I know.
It's like almost there.
no,
It's almost
no, it
November.
is.
No, it's November tomorrow.
Winter starts
November's
December.
still.
Okay, you know, it's
didn't
like the
say
last.
that.
Oh, guess what?
come
Guess
on.
what, Gus? We
You
didn't
barely have given us any autumn. It's
look.
been
We
a month
didn't
of
do
autumn.
the
It
homework,
still
Gus.
fucking freaks
Okay.
me out. We would be going on winter break soon. That's what I'm saying.
There's
It's
this
freaking
perfect
me out.
video that encompasses what it feels like to, especially in like living in Austin or Texas in general, with the seasons where summer's like, all right, like bye, I'll see you later, and it's like, oh, it's been really fun, and then like, oh, do you know where autumn is? It's like, oh yeah, she's right over there, and she's like, hi. And then like disappears and like comes back and like, oh, over here. Over here. And it's like, where are you going? It's like, oh, and then like starts running away, and then winter shows up and he's like,
punches you in the
oh
face.
yeah, autumn already took off. Yeah, sorry.
Man,
Accurate.
it's like you get two. There's like, okay, so I feel like people always joke about it like in Austin or Texas or wherever, but they're like, there's the false fall where it's like 1 week of like beautiful fall weather.
They
And
call
then-
it Fool's Autumn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fool's
I love that.
Autumn. Yeah, and then it goes in either one direction of back to being blazing hot or just straight in the winter.
It goes back to blazing hot. Because remember, it got cool for a little while,
Yeah.
like in early September. We're like, oh, this
Yeah.
is nice. And then the sun came back. It was like, fuck
It was
you.
fully
I'm not
immediate.
done.
Yeah,
100 degrees again.
Yeah,
Right
for no
now is
reason.
like the perfect
Yeah,
weather.
it's like nippy in the morning.
If it could just be this for like a few months,
It's
it'd be so
not.
nice. But it's
Yeah.
like 2 weeks.
No, and then my least favorite season in Austin is cold, rainy, wet season, and also it's still daylight saving, so the sun sets at 4.
That's going away after this next round. Like it's
right.
going to turn this weekend, right? The 5th.
Yeah.
I think.
And then reset in March.
Reset
Yeah.
in March, and then I think that's it.
Yeah.
Did they finish voting on? Did it
Yeah, it's
pass
done.
everything? It did.
So
done.
that's the final round of daylight savings, and then we are done with it.
2023 is when it goes down.
Yes.
Then Yeah,
March, it comes back.
and then we're done.
And we don't
And that's
reset
it.
And I
in
never
November.
have to fall back again in my life, and now I'm gonna have to try to remember that stupid thing.
Someone had a shit take where they were like, they need to keep it
Why?
as it is.
For what?
They said they did it in the wrong direction. Like
Oh,
they
like
needed
should have
to
been the other
Oh,
way.
like
No.
it should
And I
say
don't agree at
darker?
all.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
No, honestly, the best time of year is March when it changes back
Yeah.
to getting, or where it's brighter for longer.
Yeah.
I gear my girlfriend up for winter in time change because it's like seasonal depression is about to hit
Oh,
hard, and you're going to
hard.
be my emotional support human because like it's going to get rough.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get bad.
Yeah.
It's
Like
just-
the gloom and the no leaves and just like the dead grass.
Yeah, it's
fuck.
the office work. What's the movie where they beat up the printer?
Oh,
Office Space.
Office Space.
Office Space. It's that is me and all of my types of depression once it hits seasonal depression time.
remember
It just takes
living-
time beating the shit out of me.
Film
When I
here in
lived in
Austin.
Canada, it was like when in the winter, walking home from school at like 3:30, 4 o'clock, it was already starting to get dark.
That's what I hate.
Yeah.
I always hate it when we
Yeah.
end the podcast here in the winter and you go out
Yes.
and it's like,
Oh.
it may as well be midnight.
It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The-
Best feeling is when you leave after the podcast and it's still bright outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
and like
gonna
in
miss
March
that.
and inside. Oh,
Ah.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
the best.
I'm gonna miss that. Oh, I was going.
It's okay. Don't worry. March will be here tomorrow at the rate time is going nowadays.
Because of the winter of 2021, I am now a bit of a prepper. Kayla, I think you are as well.
yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
Prep boys.
I don't want to say all that I have because if shit
Marauders.
goes down, I don't
Yeah.
want Marauders to hit me up.
Yeah.
But we've slowly been kind of like stocking back up, our winter gear, and I'm very excited about it.
Oh,
Like going
nice.
into a full pantry with like cans and like things, I'm like, bring it on.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That's I feel like my main thing was like for this year was I realized I had only winter preps, and I was like, oh, I don't have anything if like we have a summer blackout. I was like, I guess I'll die.
Which happened
Yeah.
a couple times.
Yeah, and I was like,
Summer blackout?
yeah,
My
'Cause of our
electricity went
shit
out once,
grid.
and then also they started what is it called
But
when
it's
they
like a rolling blackout or a
Yeah.
brownout or something.
we had those, but then also they do that thing. I'm signed up with Austin Energy where they're like, "Hey, sign up for this program, you'll save $10 a month on your bill."
It's not
You're
worth
like,
it.
Oh, sure,
It's not
okay.
worth
And then they
it.
control your Nest
Yeah.
thermostat.
Yeah.
And
like
you're
if
"Fuck."
you're like in peak usage times and the grid is being strained because it's not connected to the rest of the country, then they'll just like if it's like cold outside, they'll turn your heat down. If it's hot outside, they'll turn your AC down.
Yeah.
Like or up, I guess.
I can deal with like
bad
cold because
The
you can
bad
just
one.
you can just layer, but
Yeah.
like there's only so much naked I can get in my
Yeah.
own house.
Yeah, it gets
So
sticky
much
fast.
naked. Well, you could go like jump in a pool or something.
Yeah. Unless that pool has been like microwaved by the Austin
Yeah,
sun.
I
That's
guess it's
true.
not very
it just
refreshing.
No.
feels like you're Blizz bathing in piss as he is wont
What's
to
that? What's that cove that everyone goes to and just stands in it and pisses and drinks beer?
You're not talking about Barton Springs, are you?
No, it's
do. The Greenbelt?
no. It's like this one place where you can rent the stand-up paddle boards
like
and
right-
get to it.
Yeah.
It's the docks. It's the Austin.
Yeah, but like right off of it, there's like a cove, and everyone's always there. And every picture I've seen of it looks like the least fun because it's everyone shoulder to shoulder or board to board or whatever,
Yeah.
and they're all just standing
It's
there.
like
I know when each
Lunette
other's pissed.
Point or something.
Yeah, it's
I know
gross.
Did you hear about that dude who was visiting Austin? I forget from where. And he went out, not to Barton Springs, but the free side of Barton Springs, and he fell on a rock and cut his hand.
Barkin Springs.
And then he got flesh-eating bacteria in his hand.
Yes, I do
shit.
remember
Like,
that.
And it was like just like a couple weeks ago, he had like antibiotic-resistant bacteria that
Yeah.
started eating his flesh.
Yeah.
Holy
Do you think
shit.
that has anything to do with the Tesla factory? You think it's unrelated?
You posted that thing where they were dumping.
Yeah, where he was petitioning the city to increase the amount that he's allowed to dump per day from runoff into our lakes that people love here.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
That's more of a bastrap.
swell
Yeah,
guy.
listen, I've always wanted to have a superpower, and if this is what it takes, this is what it takes.
You guys
Flesh
gonna,
eating bacteria.
Yeah.
you guys gonna fork over $20 to keep you a little check mark?
No, absolutely not. I think I'm done with Twitter.
Me too. I'm going back
yeah.
to Tumblr.
I'm actually glad you brought it up. I'm gonna private my Twitter because
Yeah.
Oh shit, you're doing it live?
yeah, I just did it.
Oh shit!
Oh fuck.
Beep, beep, beep,
Sorry, if
beep.
anybody wanted to get in on Gus' Twitter,
Get
it's
in on
too
the
late.
ground floor.
I might.
I'm just like really. I don't know. I'm really not liking it, especially with the whole Elon Musk takeover. I was thinking about doing
Yeah.
it on Friday, and I wish I had done it at the time, but just like everything I've heard over the weekend,
Yeah,
I
it's
was like,
not good.
I think I'm done with
Yeah.
Twitter.
500% increase on the usage of the N word on the day he
Jesus
made the tweet about comedy is allowed again or what the fuck ever. And I was like,
that great.
I've been putting out banger after banger on
Yeah.
Twitter, and only
Twitter,
like 2% of them had the N word.
I feel like it used to be a very. Sorry, I completely glazed over that. I feel like Twitter, at least like in the first few years, I remember it being a pretty fun place and
Yeah.
like a fun social media app. But man, it's gotten real bad and like just not a fun place to be over the last couple of years. It's very, I don't know. It's very
Yeah.
toxic. It's very negative. It's very
Reactionary.
very reactionary. And I just like, I'm kind of with you, Gus. Like, especially with Elon Musk and like all the changes that he probably has planned and
It's
the way
what-
it's going to probably turn into a really even more awful place. I do not have interest in
Were you
using it.
guys on? I don't know why I'm asking this question. I know the answer. Were you guys on Tumblr when Yahoo bought it?
I was not.
Bro, that
I
was the
had one just so that I could see all the gay accounts post about me.
yeah. No, the gay man. Tumblr gays love Blaine. still. But okay, so basically what happened,
Just Tumblr.
it was like watching a society collapse in real time, because it was like, David Karp did it, boys. He sold Tumblr to Yahoo for $1 billion or whatever it was. And then it was like, oh, they said that they no, they updated the terms and conditions, but like, it's fine, guys, it's fine. Oh, they said by next year, no more porn. No, it's okay. Look, we'll stay here, right? We'll stay here, but we'll make this other website called Mastodon or something. And if you want to post porn, just do it there, and you can link your Twitter account to it. And then it just turned into, hey guys, are you getting weird ads about how you need your roofing replaced, and also you might have type 2 diabetes, and if you do, you qualify for a study? You guys, you're getting weird local ads for a city that you don't live in because Yahoo doesn't have the platform to put ads in the right place, and also because Tumblr is so uneasy to monetize, only weird ads are coming through. Yeah, okay, I guess I'll go on Twitter now, and that's how I ended up on Twitter.
What a journey.
It got unusable. Like, it was literally like you'd get really, really upsettingly weird ads.
That's the way it feels on Twitter
unusable.
nowadays, though.
Yeah.
Like, the ads on Twitter have gotten a little out of control. I don't know about you guys.
No, my my like related tweets have gotten stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
know,
interested in business personalities.
It's just like, as far as I remember, even the last like 5-6 years or whatever it is, Twitter just feels like you go on it and you finish using it and you feel worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to be like really like, especially during the like earlier days, where I'd go on it and like the biggest thing I'm going to limit is that was how I connected with people. I made so many online friends who then became real life friends.
Yeah.
Like my friends Tam and Lucy out in San Francisco.
Yeah.
James and Elise were even, I would consider them Twitter friends before real life friends. Like these really strong friendships, and I don't want to miss that opportunity, but I also like, it just doesn't seem worth it. The toll it takes for me.
You just make real life enemies now.
Yeah.
Like,
the thing that we mentioned earlier is apparently one of the changes that Musk wants to do with Twitter is charge people who have a verified account, the little blue check mark, $20 a month.
That's funny.
To keep it.
Do you think it's because he spent too much money?
I don't give a shit about that, but I'm like, I don't want to be spending money on Twitter.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know how much I mean, it's possible. It's true. Like, that was never officially confirmed.
Yeah.
It's like sources say and rumors say. So I don't want to like put too much stock in that. But I could definitely, it's something I could see happen.
Yeah. Well, again, it's exactly like Tumblr. It's something that they overpaid for and overvalued that is hard to monetize because you can't control what people are saying on the platform, and you get a YouTube adpocalypse type situation where Coca-Cola is like, well, I don't want my ad next to Nazi propaganda, so I guess we'll pull our dollars, and I don't know where they're gonna put them. But they'll pull their ad dollars, and then they get more desperate and start doing stuff like monetizing a blue check mark or letting anyone run an ad. So we'll see if it's a tailspin of death for Twitter, and we'll see if Blue Sky is good.
If it does get to the point where like I don't give a fuck about the check mark, you can take it. But if it starts getting into that region where they're starting to like really implement these stupid bullshit changes,
like pay to use.
I'm probably just gonna like switch to private and just dip and just hold on to the thing, because like I think that having that is still valuable, and then also like, you know, you don't want to like give up your username for someone else to take it over and to do some bullshit. But also like I no longer want to be an active user though.
Well, that's the thing about the verified accounts. It's like for me, the biggest benefit there is so people can't pretend to be you and then take advantage of other people.
Yeah.
Pretending to be you, and like,
so now you're
so it's like that's the big thing. That's like important to me, and like a lot of other people who have it. It's just like, I don't want people to be pretending to be me and like fucking shit up or like hurting other people or like pretending. I don't know. It's just a weird situation to be in. So like that's the shit.
So, you know, in 6 months.
So yeah,
if Barbara's in your DM saying that she got locked out of her bank accounts, can you please Venmo her $6,000 and she'll send you 10 in return? That's not her.
Yes,
that might be a bot.
It's not.
Oh God!
Oh gosh, no!
I am a Canadian princess, and I require.
I can tell by your crown.
Yeah. Wait, have you guys ever gotten those where it's people pretending to be a celebrity asking for money? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I've never had it happen to me, but people have told me many times in the past X amount of years that they're like, are you this person on Tinder messaging me? Or are you this Twitter account? And I'm just like, no.
My favorite was people would say, hey, I found you on Tinder or someone using your photos, and then they'll send me screenshots, and then I look through the screenshots of what they're using for their Tinder. It's the fucking worst photos of me. And I'm like, you could do better. You could do better photos. You could do a better dude.
What's your
like
bio?
someone that's better.
What name did they change your name, or did they keep it as Blaine?
No, they changed it. I think there was a couple people that kept it to Blaine, and I was like,
I've seen it both
go
ways.
fucking nuts, you
like
idiot.
I fully saw a profile for Fiona on like Bumble or Tinder one time.
Yeah.
And whenever I see my friends' profiles, I'll like
Reverse
it
image.
and then I'll screenshot it and send it to them and be like, found you. And she was like, I don't have Tinder. And I was like, ooh, gross.
Yeah.
Unlike.
oh yeah, I would match with friends just
Yeah.
because it's like, let's clear this up. Let's just get this out of the way. Like,
I matched with Dante one time, and now I think about what could have been.
wow,
I could be the Hot Pocket Princess.
wow, you really could be. Dante's got some fire tweets.
I love Dante.
It's too bad that his platform's going down though.
I know. I love Dante. He says out of pocket shit. He's so fucking funny.
Yeah,
I love his Inferno.
idiot.
Thank you.
Hey.
Don't laugh at that. Take that back.
I wanted to get back to something I'd mentioned right before Blizz came on. I guess, did anybody keep up with that thing that happened in Itaewon in
Yeah.
Seoul over the weekend?
How many?
Like 150 people died.
What?
And I guess like everyone was out on a Saturday night for Halloween in their costumes, and I guess it was just like a crowd surge.
It was
like
crowd
100,000
crush.
people in small alleys.
That's horrifying.
And like 150 people got crushed, and the videos are unbelievably disturbing. It's just like a sea of people in Halloween costumes going nuts, giving CPR to just like people all
The
laid out in the
aftermath
Jesus
street.
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's unbelievable how many people were killed and hurt in that, and just because everyone or like a crowd of people all rushed in one direction.
Yeah.
It's a
That's scary.
really scary phenomenon that happens. There's two things. I researched it after because I was just like, how do I never
Yeah.
experience
Get into
this in
that
my life?
situation, yeah.
There's crowd crush and there's crowd collapse. Crowd crush is when it's such a densely packed crowd and like people are essentially pushing from the back, and basically you're not able to control your movement at all. The crowd almost becomes fluid. Like if someone moves, the whole crowd will move.
This is horrifying.
Is it because of like bottlenecking? Like they're all going for an exit or a.
Well, in this case, it was it's not enough room for everyone to move.
Yeah.
So it's like
So if one person moves, it
funnel.
affects the
Yeah.
next and the next and the next. And it's like a
like
domino effect.
Oh,
But like
that
horrifying.
Travis Scott concert.
yeah.
that's exactly what
Yeah.
happened
The
there.
Houston
Crowd
thing.
Yeah,
collapse
that's fucked up.
is even more fucked up is if someone at the front trips or if someone falls. And basically the next person will fall over them and over them and over them. And then essentially it's like a worse situation that would
'Cause
happen.
being on the ground is
Well, it's
more likely.
you become so compressed that I'm sorry if this is disturbing for people, trigger warning. But like you become so compressed that you can't breathe, you can't take
inhale.
a breath.
Yeah.
You can't inhale anymore because you're so compressed.
And they
so
said most of the people who passed away in South Korea were women because they're shorter. Like they're smaller in there.
shit,
So it's
yeah.
like they get pushed down by the
Yeah.
crowd collapsing or
Oh, yeah.
crushing around them.
That yeah.
And like what Barbara said, like you're supposed to like protect your lungs.
it's if you end up falling, go into like a stiff fetal position because it'll give you some room between your lungs to like
That's-
breathe. And also if you find yourself in that, try to get your hands like in front of you like this.
Yeah, they say no matter what, try to stay upright.
Stay
if you can.
upright and
Yeah.
also try to not fight against the movement if
Yeah.
it's happening. Try to like go with
with the
it, and
flow.
then after one of the
fucking
surges, try
insane.
to walk backwards at a diagonal to get out if you
Wow.
can.
That's horrifying. As a short person, as a short woman, it's like people are like, oh, what's your favorite? What concerts have you been to? I'm like, I don't go to concerts. Why? So I
Yeah.
can see the back of someone's head.
Yeah.
So I can stare. So I can stare at some man's lower back. Like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
do like.
Also, if you see
yeah.
a crowd like that, just avoid.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like crowds either. I can't do
If you
crowds
can,
anymore.
I know it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Depending on the situation you're
It
in.
was fucked up because when I was watching the video, it's like I've been there. I've been in that alley, like where all of that stuff
South
happened. I was like,
Jeez.
oh,
Oh,
shit,
shit.
I recognize that.
Yeah.
I've stood there.
I was like,
fuck.
when we were retracing, like, I was like a week or two after the event, but I was like, no one's fucking talking about the ex-prime minister of Japan getting gatted down in the
Assassinated?
street.
Yeah.
Yeah, murdered.
with a fucking fallout weapon.
Yeah, like 2 PVC pipe.
Yeah.
But then, like, you and I were talking about it, it's like, oh, we've been there.
Yeah,
like
it was in
exactly
Nara.
where he was.
Oh, cool.
I have pictures of that area.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Fucking wild.
It's right by where the deer tried to eat you.
What?
Those motherfucking deer at Nara Park.
If you ever see the
rip your
videos of the
genitals out.
deer
Yeah.
in Japan where they bow,
Yeah.
that's Nara.
And they
that-
tried to eat Blaine.
I'll show you pictures.
What'd you do?
Well,
What did Blaine do?
I got to the point I didn't want to touch the deer. I wanted to like bow, give him crackers, but then I ran out of crackers, and then they kept wanting to just like go for the softest tissue, my balls. So then at one point, I'll show you a photo.
Did you punch a deer in the
I
throat?
would never.
Did you punch a Japanese deer in the throat?
I would never. That's a
He
hate crime.
crimed that deer.
I did grab him by the antlers and like steer him off of me.
Blaine, that's how they challenge each other. You could have got gored.
Dude, I'm gonna show you these photos, and I almost did get gored.
That's terrifying.
Blaine!
Yeah, I know.
You should have punched it in the throat. That would have been better for you than grabbing it by the
put
antlers.
Your arms by your lungs and you protect them.
And you let them gore
this
you.
is me just being like, hey, fuck off. I don't have, like, you show them, you say, hey, I have no food, food. And then
I do the exact same thing with my dog, and she still bites me.
And then he's like, I'm gonna go for your dick, and I'm like, ah, and then I grab him, and now it looks like he's giving me head in that photo.
Jesus.
It's funny.
No, it does. Wait, show Gus.
Yeah,
I don't know if you want to zoom in on that or not. But there it is.
It's funny. I do that same hand motion after I give my dog a treat. Like
Me
I feel like
too.
a dealer in Vegas.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I go like this, and
like
otherwise they'll just be like, "Where's the rest of it?" And you have to be like, I do this
nothing.
with my parents' dog. If you're eating, he'll beg until you go like and show him there's nothing, and then he'll just leave. It's crazy. Animals are universal, except that deer.
All the people that I went with, they're all in these photos and they're having a great fucking time. And like,
And
oh
you're-
wow,
you're
so
getting
photo
attacked.
picturesque. And I'm like,
so you're fighting for your life from that deer.
Did you guys all have dogs?
yes.
Did any of you know about the event going on this weekend? Like, I think it's called Puptopia.
Yeah,
Kristen and I happened upon it by mistake.
I got served an ad for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I did not know about it.
I
What
think
is
it was
that?
over in Mueller. We were trying to go to
Yeah.
Halcyon
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah. We went to go get coffee at Halcyon over the weekend. And we just happened upon it, and we're like, oh, there's a whole puppy festival happening. We gotta go. Go up to the front.
everywhere.
Tickets are $35 a
yeah.
person.
That's why I didn't go.
And I asked, we went up and I was like, what do like the tickets include? Just because like, I don't know if
Yeah.
there's like some free stuff they're giving away or like, I don't know. And they're like, oh yeah, you get access to all the booths that are selling things and like food trucks that are selling things.
You pay $35 to buy
food.
more things.
And I think
more
like
money.
some dog cleaning service was available there for you to
don't
use
have a
for
dog,
free. And
though?
but like we don't have a dog. We
No.
just wanted to
You
go
could have
into the
borrowed
festival.
ours.
Yeah.
Cleaned our dog.
I decided not to go because I want to pay $35 to have Dutch dislocate my hip because
Yeah.
he kept on chasing after the other dogs.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of dogs there.
My dog would simply lose her shit, and then we'd have to leave immediately, and then I'd be out of $35 to $70 if my girlfriend wanted to.
I started doing this new thing with Dutch. I think I actually did it with Kona when I was watching her while you were away. If they piss me off enough, I don't yell or I don't tell them to sit and to like stay or anything. I pick them up and I hold them like a baby. And they want to get down and run around and like Dutch, I'll do this and I'll walk with him. When we're on his walk, I will walk him like he's a baby.
That's
Yeah.
really
And
funny.
the rest of the walk, he's like, okay, I get
love
it.
that.
Like he's like,
Yeah.
perfect.
My dog, her punishment it's called jail. I have a baby gate, and I will just move her to. I call it the hallway. It's probably the length of this table and a half, and I'll just put the baby gate up and leave her over there for 5 minutes because all she wants is like attention, and then we just like won't look at her.
You just avoid eye contact.
Yeah, and then she'll stop being like fussy or angry, and she'll just like lay down and be like, I'm being good now. And then as soon as she calms down, I'll let her out, and then she's good for like 20 minutes, and then she gets fussy again, and it's a never-ending cycle.
You did this thing where you're like, you don't get attention if you have your paw, if your if 4 paws aren't down or something like
Yeah,
that.
4 on the floor is
Yeah.
her command, because if she jumps on people and she's pretty big, and she's getting bigger by the day.
She's pretty, like, you brought her to the office. She was pretty well behaved.
She was
here.
really good in the office.
Your dog is incredibly well trained. It's wild.
Thank you.
Which I know you said at home, she's like a little menace.
She's a nightmare at home. She bit and scratched up my arm
She
yesterday.
pissed on my floor 9 times while I was watching her.
9
I didn't want to tell you about it, and it was all on tile, so it didn't give a fuck.
Okay, that's good.
It was totally fine. I think she had like a UTI.
I think so too.
Or
'cause
she was just nervous as shit.
okay, here's the thing. Since I got her back from you, she's had 2 accidents with me and my girlfriend
Is
in the
it
house.
more or less than normal?
No, I mean like this was a while ago. Like she was still a puppy.
Oh, yeah.
Because but then I had my friend watch her a few times, and every time she's like, "Oh yeah, she pissed in the office," or she like pissed on the floor, and like she's watching her at my house because she stays at my house to watch because I have the cats too.
Yeah.
So I just let her stay at my house, and so it's not like an environmental shift, and she doesn't care about who's watching her. And I'm just like, are you letting her out when she just has to pee a lot? Like she'll just go to the door and just let her out.
All this talk about I really have to go to the bathroom.
I have to pee too. Yeah, we're full of
all
piss.
this Blizz talk.
All this bliss talk.
Oh,
I'm having a discussion with Polar Bear TC in chat.
Is it about piss?
Not sure if we actually did away with daylight savings time or not. If it was actually
you guys are
officially
still
passed.
talking about that?
Yeah, we're still
We're
going
here
back
on the
and forth.
podcast, Gus. We're here.
So
Yeah.
did anybody
Well,
know
well,
what
it's-
my
it's
costume was
important.
by chance?
Lots of people, and I told them all that you would be very happy to know
That's-
that you recognized. They recognized Walter from the Big
I
Lebowski.
appreciate that, guys.
You can find the full.
I was at
Over the line. Sorry, go
I
ahead.
was at a store several days ago, and for the first time, I encountered a QAnon person
Oh,
my
fun.
God.
IRL.
in real life, like talking about that stuff.
Was it my aunt?
No, it was like a dude who was talking to another dude in the store, and was talking about how he goes to a website for the real news. I forget what what
yeah.
website he said. Of course, JFK Jr. was coming back.
Yeah.
The Titanic didn't sink.
No. What? Okay, I haven't heard that one.
That's a new
Actually,
one.
I
That's a
guess,
new one.
Like that.
That's cool as hell.
It
I
was
like that.
all rich bankers
Yeah.
who sank the sister ship of the Titanic
Uh-huh.
so that they could pretend they were dead and hide them. I don't know. He was going on
Yeah,
about
the
it.
storm is coming.
And then
Yeah.
he like pulled out. Yeah, that's what he said at first. That's why I started listening. He was like, "Hey man, you know the storm is coming." I was like,
It's
"Oh
always
no!"
He was
coming.
talking directly to you.
No, he was talking to some other guy, and I happened to be walking by in this small store, and then he like pulled out a book and was like, "This is the real history of the United States."
Whoa.
And I was like, "All right, I'm out of here." Like I just turned around and walked out.
I would have figured out what book that was so I could read it.
Something that gets me about these conspiracy theories is when they talk about like these crazy things that didn't happen or like they're covering this up or like this is happening. I'm like, do you really think humanity's that coordinated
Yeah.
to be able to pull off something like that? Is like, who is also doing
Yeah.
this? They say
Yeah.
like
Okay.
them, but
It's that.
who?
It's that, but then it's also there are real things that are actually real and super insane and fucked up that
Yeah.
you could focus on instead of making up stuff
Like the Titanic.
Like yeah, like there's so much like if you want to know, look, I'm not gonna trust the government. That's not what I do. But I'm just like there's like real fucked up stuff that the government has done that you could hyper
that we can acknowledge, right?
Yeah, that we can acknowledge.
Go look
Yeah.
at the
Like
CIA and FBI.
Yeah, like the
history.
moon landing.
Right.
What?
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 What did you say?
Kayla? What's going on
No,
here?
what did you say?
The bummer thing about all the QAnon stuff is like I remember I worked at a grocery store and there's a guy that was between jobs and he was a Templar. You know?
hell yeah.
And he was like in a secret society and he was talking to me about that. And then he was also like kind of a conspiracy theory nut. He's probably QAnon now. Jonathan, I think was his name. But I was so interested. He set me down this path of like being fascinated by conspiracy theories, not believing in them, but just like reading them and kind of being interested by them.
Yeah.
Like they're fascinating. A lot of them are like really interesting. Oh, you know, what if and stuff like that. All of this QAnon shit has like turned me off. That's like it's fucking gross.
It used
and I
to
feel
be
disgusting.
fun.
There was-
It used to be
fun.
really
Did you guys
fun.
watch? This was like I want to say obviously the early 2000s when this came out, but the documentary about how 9/11 was planned and
What?
like,
Fair change.
loose
Oh,
change.
loose change. Yeah.
I
I've
watched
heard
that when
of it.
I
I've
was
never
younger,
seen it.
and I was like, "Oh my god,
Compelling. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
yeah.
compelling."
Yeah.
But of course, like
Yeah.
now that I'm
like, probably
older,
not.
I'm like,
Yeah, that's probably not.
but also
Yeah.
I mean,
Who's to say?
I
Just
mean,
kidding, I'm
I
just
mean,
kidding.
by inside job, do you mean a series of things that the U.S. military did that led to the event? Sure,
perhaps,
perhaps
yeah.
inside in that way.
I think what was it?
We destabilized too many economies.
South Park did a great episode about that stuff years
Yeah.
ago when they were like, "Do you really think the U.S. government is coordinated enough to have pulled
That's
this
what I'm
off?"
saying.
Like,
You're not.
We could barely.
Nobody is.
We could barely get the Iran Contra done. Everybody knows about that. That was the easiest one. All they had to do was bill. What was it? Israel, and they just like fucked that up. Like they had one thing to do.
I
It's the same thing with election fraud. Like, do you really think this many people understand how to cheat the system?
No.
And like they've found instances of people who voted illegally and have identified all of them
Yeah.
and have
it's so
Don't
rare.
worry. It's so rare.
It's so rare. And so like the idea that millions of people are
On a
able to
mass
pull it
scale.
off, like it's like let's just stop and think.
Yeah,
for
it's hard enough to get people to vote one time in this country. Like, you think they're going
Yeah.
to several polling? Okay, absolutely not.
I had fun experiences, not like kind of in that same vein though. It's like anti-mask people, which I've been encountering more and more. I went to an Iron Maiden concert and I didn't feel comfortable because this was my first concert back after a pandemic and I was wearing a mask and I had like 3 dudes call me out and I was just like, Just enjoy the music, asshole.
Yeah.
But there was a lady today at HEB, and I was wearing my mask just because, like, I went to a Halloween party this weekend. I'm just playing it safe for everybody else.
Yeah.
And
You're protecting us.
This one lady comes by, and she's mumbling something so inaudible that I can't hear it, but it seemed so very directed to me, and I didn't think anything of it. And then she passed by. She, like, took a U-turn, passed by again, and she, like, cough gagged at me.
Oh.
Like, she went, "Ugh!" Like, in my direction. Like,
should've-
but then very quickly went away, and I was so
couldn't punch
confused.
her
I
with
just
her, yeah.
I just started
Like,
laughing because I was like, I think she was trying to make a point, but
That's
it just
stupid.
It just made me
well, it's like,
giggle.
well, you can do that, but I'm wearing the mask, so I guess
yeah.
I'm fine.
Enjoy your grocery shopping. Tortillas are over there.
Yeah, they're buttery.
Yes, they're delicious. No, buttery tortillas.
I don't like
they're bad.
butter tortillas. I tried it the other day when you brought them in, and I was
The
like,
flour ones are great.
I haven't tried the
So
butter ones. So
weird.
normally, when I was a kid, we would always get the flour ones
Yeah.
and then melt a little pat of butter on it.
Yeah.
and
like, that
eat
would be tasty.
That's great.
Yeah.
Their pre-made butter tortillas, dog shit.
It just like it felt. You know when you eat something, and you're
Like
like, I could
popcorn
feel
butter?
that in my artery.
Yeah, like popcorn
Yeah.
butter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like a lot.
Have you smelled the candle? Have
I
talked
don't.
about this
I
before?
don't want to.
There's a butter tortilla,
tortilla
candle.
Oh,
candle,
yeah, yeah, I've seen
and it
that.
stinks like shit. Yeah,
Atrocious.
I sounded like that lady. Maybe she smelled the
Maybe she
candle.
smelled the
Butter tortillas. 'Cause we were by the butter
Maybe
tortillas.
it's Maybelline.
When I went to New York Comic Con, they had popcorn stations set
Yeah.
up. The entire convention floor just smelled like fucking butter popcorn.
Oh yeah,
It's
it,
like
it was so strong.
stale popcorn.
I used to work in a movie theater. That was
That seeps
Yeah.
into
everywhere,
your bones.
everywhere all the time.
Did you ever encounter the hot dog thing? Do you ever hear about these
You
things?
might have to be a little more specific.
Okay, so the hot dog thing, I heard at some Cinemarks, or maybe it was AMC's, I can't remember. They would have hot dogs out, and if they didn't sell, they would reuse them for the next day. But over time, the hot dogs would develop a green goo, so you'd have to wash off the hot dogs in the sink and then put them away.
No, we never did that.
Okay.
I don't even know
gross.
if our theater sold hot dogs, but we actually like had a very strict cleaning process
Yeah.
and like
Well, it's Canada. They have
That sounds
higher
like an
standards.
urban legend kind of
Yeah.
thing.
I heard it from enough people that I gave it some credence, you know? I was like,
I would believe it.
Did those same people also tell you the Titanic really didn't sink?
Look, anything for
point.
capitalism.
my favorite audio thing is like, holy shit, capitalism really popped off today, ladies, or something. Capitalism popped off this time, ladies.
Since it's Halloween, I feel like I should mention this. Have any of you guys seen Barbarian?
Not yet.
No,
I don't think I can.
I can't watch scary
It's too
movies.
scary for me.
I went to Halloween Inns instead.
Which I heard was not super duper
I
great.
can talk about it later.
It came out on streaming. I guess I was flipping through over the weekend.
It's on
Really?
Hulu.
Yeah, it's on HBO
Already?
Max.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Barbarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't that movie just come out?
Yeah,
in
it's on
theaters?
HBO Max already.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
So this past weekend, I was
Simulcast,
like, oh,
baby.
cool. I started watching the trailer, and I got like halfway through the trailer. I was like, I feel like I should stop this because
Yeah.
Gonna give away too much.
it's going to give away too much.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
it
If
did.
you're thinking about watching that movie, do not watch the trailer. Because after I was done with the movie, I watched the trailer, and I was like, oh, I stopped at the exact right moment
Yeah.
to save myself from learning too much about the movie.
Audience, if you need a good scary movie for tonight or just any in general,
Barbarian.
The Guest. The Guest.
The Guest.
It is
What's
so
that?
fucking good.
No, watch Hocus Pocus 2, baby.
No,
Yeah,
The
that's
Guest.
as spooky as
The
I can
Guest.
get.
It's like one
Barbarian.
of my top 15.
Is it
It's-
old?
No, it's like
Is it from the
2013.
80s like you?
2014. It's got Dan Stevens as like a ex-military dude that shows up at a family's house and he's like, "Hey, I served with your son," and that's all I'm going to say about it because it takes directions. I was like laughing.
Is it
in the
actually
theater.
scary though?
It's more like thriller and it fucking rocks. It's got the girl from It Follows in it. She's great in it. It's so cool. It's
Nice.
so cool.
I'll have to
You should
check
watch
that
it.
I can't watch scary movies because I'm a little bitty baby that doesn't like being scared because the world is already so scary.
Sure.
But
Hocus Pocus 2.
Hocus Pocus 2.
Movie for you.
That's
and
what I'm
me.
gonna watch. But I my girlfriend was talking about this movie Pearl. That's like a
Oh,
prequel.
To X.
Yeah.
Ex
Yes.
Machina?
No,
X.
it's just called X, and apparently there's a woman in the first movie who's like a super old lady, but she's played by the young girl, I guess.
Oh.
So
Or
it's a girl that
No,
plays
no.
the two roles in the
Oh
movie.
wait, no, I'm sorry. So there's an old lady.
Yes.
And then they're shooting a porno on these. Like, imagine if you rented an Airbnb to shoot a porn in, but you don't want the owners to know. That's what the plot of the movie is.
Yeah.
but the girl who's like in the porn in the prequel plays the old lady who's like the bad guy in the first movie.
Amazing.
But she's also young in the new one, so she's like, she
So
looks the same as she did in X, which is the sequel.
So it's like the girl plays the old lady from the first one. So she's not playing the same character, but since it's like her same face, it's like a thing of like, oh, that's why this woman went crazy because she reminded her of herself or whatever.
Yeah.
Weird.
But I can't get past reading the synopsis.
Is that scary enough for you?
Is that scary enough for me?
Kayla's the kind of person you were playing. What's that game?
Quarry?
The Quarry, and like the whole time you were just like wringing your hands together, couldn't like watch, just and like that was just a video.
It was just the intro to it. My girlfriend's been playing all of those games, like all of those like
choose your own adventure kind of thing.
Yeah. No, it's one company that's been
Supermassive.
Yeah, she's played like all of them, all throughout the entire month, and it's just been her like in the gaming chair, just like playing it, and then me like on the bed watching it like this. Just like I'm like halfway on my phone because I don't want to fully.
The fact that you're in the room is surprising.
You could be playing Marvel Snap while that's going on.
I could be playing Marvel Snap while that's
So
happening.
you're not going to be playing Dead Space then, huh?
Huh?
Dead Space?
Absolutely not. No.
Or the whatever, Calypso Protocol?
Oh,
You seen that?
Callisto Protocol.
Callisto Protocol?
No.
Oh,
Is that the one
man.
with Ashley Tisdale?
I don't know.
There's a new one of those Until Dawn games coming out with Ashley Tisdale.
With Ashley Tisdale.
No,
Wow.
Callisto Protocol is basically like, it looks just like Ghost, what did I say? Dead Space. It looks like Dead
Space.
Space, but like just a different game.
I tried to play Dead Space or Dead Space 2 at one point in my life, and I couldn't. I ejected the game and I sent it back to GameFly.
I went
Wow.
to
Remember them?
Deep cut.
went to a family video on a snow day and played Dead Space. That was the greatest snow day of my life. I think about that moment with just such fondness.
I miss
Also-
the
past.
past snow days as a kid.
Yeah.
It's the best.
X is pretty great, and it also has like the funniest penis reveal played for laughs.
Oh.
by Kid
Noted.
Cudi.
Oh, Kid Cudi. No, Kid Cudi. I thought Kid Rock in my head.
No. Wait, is that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Did you guys, since it's been a while since we've talked about it, did you guys finish House of the Dragon and Rings of Power?
Yes.
No?
Neither.
Finished both of them.
You finished neither?
I haven't
Okay.
watched either of them.
I haven't seen
finished
either of them.
House of the Dragon,
Really good.
so fucking good. It has.
Okay.
I went in with low expectations, and I was like, man, they fucking knocked it out of the
Yeah.
They
park.
did a really good job.
So good.
They're not going to renew it, are they?
No, they are.
It's
but
on hold till like
the-
2024.
I think the showrunner Miguel, I don't know how to say his last name, Sapochnik. I think he said he's not going to show run season 2. That someone else is going to do it.
So it's just a matter of
So
probably
they
finding
took
that
it
person.
all away from. Oh God, who were the original showrunners?
It was it Damon Lindelof? No, it was the other guy.
Sorry, They were like signed on to do a Star Wars, and then I think they threw it all away in those last 5 episodes.
It's funny, I can't remember.
Yeah.
David Benioff
In white
and Dan Weiss.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
bummer.
Maybe he wasn't the showrunner. Maybe Miguel Sapochnik was the director. Well, anyway, he's not going to be doing part of season 2.
Which sucks
but-
because you did a great job.
Yeah, but season 1 was really good. It's very like Game of Thrones universe, obviously, but a very different show than what Game of Thrones was.
I liked how it was like covering essentially one family, to for the most part.
The way that Eric Bador described it to me, though, he said that, but it sounded like it was just white people succeeding, and I was like, I don't know if I needed more shows of that.
I get that. That was one of the problems I had going into it.
It's just like they're already the first series is about like everyone's vying for this one throne, and it's just this family who already kind of has it, and I feel like stakes aren't. It's also
I
prequels,
wouldn't
so you
really
kind
agree
of know.
with
It's
that
like Succession.
criticism.
I
White
was
people succeed.
I was
I love
concerned with that
Succession.
before the show started, but I think
It's a lot more dramatic
Yeah.
than that, and there's a lot more moving pieces in
Give it
things.
a watch.
Is there how what season of Game of Thrones would you compare it to in terms
Oh.
of goodness?
Good question.
And goodness,
Yeah,
peak.
peak.
So what was
Like
that?
2?
So
1?
How many did they go for? 7?
Too many.
I think they went for 8, didn't they?
eight,
Way too many.
seasons?
I feel
It was
like
8 seasons.
5 and 6 when they started doing the Mountain's brother in
Yeah.
his whole character arc. That's when like Game of
I
Thrones. had
probably
me
wouldn't compare it to
hooked.
like my favorite season of Game of Thrones, but
Yeah.
like maybe like second or third favorite season.
Okay. Maybe I'll watch it.
I rewatched True Detective season 1 because I really needed to pick me up. And that
What?
Yeah,
That's the show you chose for a pick me.
literally last week. Blaine was talking about how he wasn't like feeling too good. He was gonna watch True Detective to make himself feel good again, and then he started talking about how that's when McConaughey became McConaughey.
Yeah.
I go for like The Little Mermaid or like
No, I
The
go for
Simpsons.
Woody Harrelson cheating on his wife several times.
Yeah.
It was fucking great. And I was looking into it. So we talked about this on the podcast. Season 1, great. Perfect TV. Season 2, dog shit, rushed into production. Season 3, very good.
They're like all
It's like The
different
Wire.
shows.
Yeah. Season 4, they're apparently like working on it. It's a different showrunner.
You sent me
though.
some stuff about it.
Yeah,
It
it's a
seems
different-
interesting.
It's a different showrunner, which I'm concerned about. But
Okay.
it's like the setting sounds fucking cool.
Is it Texas?
It's Alaska.
Ooh, Alaska.
Like Fargo.
A little, it's
Wait.
got Jodie Foster in it too.
Was Fargo Alaska?
No,
No.
Fargo was Minnesota.
Fargo,
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. It was so much snow. I don't know.
I mean, but it's Fargo, North Dakota. But Brainerd was in Minnesota, I think. So it's like it was North Dakota, Minnesota. That
Oh,
area.
okay.
Fargo was good. I miss when I was watching that. Maybe I'll rewatch that.
It was like Ewan McGregor. I think that's what Elise coined it. It's Ewan McGregor playing two roles. Ewan McGregor.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Cool. Full of piss.
I have to pee.
I know,
I'm
you
full of
guys
piss.
need to pee.
Happy Halloween.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Be safe out there. Halloween. Go get some candy.
Woo.
See y'all next time.
Donnie,
Bye.
you're out of your element.
Oh, is that a quote from your character?
Yes, it is.